And it was the wildest thing, dude. I've never seen it. I've never seen anything like it before. I've been following the Lord Jesus for. You witnessed a change in his expression and his attitude. It was like these words I'm reading are manifesting power and hope and like literal energy. Like I would come over and read the scriptures to him, and he would been in bed for the last 4 days, wouldn't get up for anybody. I'd read the scriptures to him, and then next thing you know, we'd be out on the porch. Like he'd get out of bed and we'd go walk out on the porch. I'd have to help him walk, right? And his wife kept saying, "You're the best thing for him right now." I'm like, "No, you don't understand. It's not my presence. For somehow I'm reading him from these scriptures, and it's like manifesting some sort of power and hope in him. And it like would give him energy in some way." And I can't explain. I've never seen it happen like I've never witnessed that before, you know?
Well, it's probably even more profound because he can't read, so you're reading it to him.
Dude.
Right?
Dude, it was wild, man. Like, and I would read these scriptures to him, Joe, and he would say, "Yeah, I understand that now." And like we're reading complex things, like we're reading about the resurrection, like the bodily resurrection of all the saints at the second coming of Christ. And you know, he asked me, one of the questions he asked me, has anybody ever really explained to you what happens when we leave here? You know, because he's wondering these things. Like I'm about to depart this tent, buddy. What's about to happen? And I'm like, well, the only answer I can give you, Mr. Don, has got to come from these scriptures. And and I would read these complex scriptures to him, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and 2 Corinthians chapter 5, and he would it would make sense to him in his mind more than my mind could comprehend the truth of what I was reading. Mm. Like that was what was wild. It was like
of that stage in his life
this
where he's
veil,
taking it in.
This veil between this realm and the next realm was getting thin. And he was taking in the truth of this word and processing it logically at a level that I can't process it because this veil for us is still so thin unless you hit that DMT, right? We can talk about that later. But right, yeah. And so I'm witnessing it was wild, dude. And two, like, crazy things happen. Like, when I'd sit with him, like every, couple hours, I'd get up and go check in with his wife or something. And we had a camera in the room with him. And we could watch what he was doing. And when I would walk out of the room, you give it a few minutes and you would see him start to look above him. And he would be reaching like this for stuff above him. And like, we didn't know what he was doing. We never even asked him. I wish I would have asked him, like, "Mr. Don, what are you seeing? Like, what are you reaching for?" Well, then back when I would come back in the room with him, he would stop doing it. And then toward the end there, he had a stroke. He was paralyzed. His whole left side of his body was paralyzed. And so he was just, he couldn't sit up or do anything. And then finally, at the very end, when he passed away, he literally sits up erect out of his hospital bed, reaches both of his hands straight up like this, and then lays back down and departs the tent.
Whoa.
So I started researching this.